Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. So obviously we've been hearing all these different rumors and speculation and stuff about Team Liquid potentially picking up Bjergsen, Team Liquid potentially kicking Jensen, and it seems like these things are going to happen. It seems like we are very, very close to getting some of these official announcements, and that's been leading to all the different speculation and rumors about why Team Liquid has made this decision. What's going on? Why did they kick Jensen for Bjergsen? Is Bjergsen even an upgrade over Jensen? Yada, 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 all these different questions. So today we're going to be talking about why Team Liquid is making this move. But first, make sure you guys do check out the first link in the description below for my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/I_am_germ. I would appreciate it so much. Maybe drop us a follow, sub, prime, whatever. I would, love that support and everything. The streams have been going really, really well recently. We've been streaming a lot. It's been a ton of fun, and I'd love to see you there sometime. But with that being said, let's get right into this. So, some of the most common reasons I have heard for why we think Jensen or TL could have kicked Jensen for Bjergsen. Some people just think Bjergsen's better, obviously. There's going to be people on the Bjergsen side of that, people on the Jensen side of that. So if you just think Bjergsen's straight up a better mid laner, it would make sense to kick him. Some of the people are saying, some things like, oh, Bjergsen is a better leader. He has better intangibles. He's been able to have more domestic success. He's a bigger brand. He's more popular. He can make TL more money. Part of it is also, oh, if TL gets Bjergsen, then C9 doesn't get him, or TSM doesn't get him, or whatever. And maybe they're more scared of Bjergsen being on one of these other teams than Jensen going to EG or something like that. So there's all these different theories and stuff, but I think we actually, have a little bit more information than people maybe understand. So we're going to this article from Upcomer. Sources: Hansama, Bjergsen plan to sign with Team Liquid, Jensen out. The former Rogue bot laner and TSM mid laner will compete with a roster that is still in flux for 2022. This is from Alejandro. So, this is Alejandro on Twitter. We've covered his stuff before. He's really cool. You guys should check him out. He recently got hired to Upcomer. It seems like he's been killing it. But yeah, in this article, there's actually some really, really good, really, really juicy information. So, he does say that former TSM mid laner and coach Bjergsen and Rogue AD carry Hansama are planning to sign, with the LCS team, Team Liquid for the 2022 season. The move leaves Jensen off the roster, which again was kind of a shock to people. I believe Jensen just signed an extension last season for 3 years, so he was really expected to be kind of in the long-term plans for Team Liquid. Obviously, nobody expected Bjergsen to unretire, be a free agent, all this stuff. No one really could have predicted that we were going to be here just a year ago. But it does seem like, Jensen's been on TL for a while. He's coming off a pretty good Worlds performance. He's been loyal to the team. He's good. He's a resident. And yeah, kicking Jensen's pretty crazy. Obviously, they allowed him to, try out for the AD carry position or whatever, but we heard that didn't go that well. And then just to say, sorry, man, you're either AD carry or you're, hitting the curb, definitely surprised some people. But he does say Travis Gaffer's first one to report on this. Yes, that was crazy. Travis has been putting in the work this offseason. Bjergsen, who Upcomer previously reported came out of his 1-year retirement and was targeted by Team Liquid, will take on the mid lane duties. Team Liquid did not immediately respond for requests to the comment. They're really not going to be able to talk about much until the free agency period opens 8 p.m. Eastern on November 15th, which, going to be really, really exciting. That's when we'll start to see tons of bombs. I know people have been asking me about that as well. Bjergsen did play for TSM for like 8 years, from 2013 to 2020. Liquid's deal with the 6-time North American champion is worth $2 million, sources say. Again, I don't know how many years there are on that, so I don't know if that's $2 million, over 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, who knows. But here is the big part, and here's where I think some people have kind of glossed over this at the bottom of this article. Hansama had conversations with some EU teams, probably G2, probably Rogue, I don't know who else. Maybe, I don't know, Mad Lion, something, I really don't know. But Hansama had some conversations with some European teams, sources said, but decided to head overseas after 5 years in the LEC. One of the former Misfit and Rogue bot laners' conditions for joining Team Liquid, sources say, was TL signing Bjergsen for the coming year. Details of his contract were unavailable at the time of publication, though Liquid would have needed to buy out Hansama's contract with Rogue in order to sign him. And, we've heard some crazy rumors about what the Rogue buyout could have been. Obviously, Hansama coming off a great year, coming off a great Worlds performance. But yeah, at the bottom of that article, obviously a very, very big bomb, that Hansama said, I will come if you get Bjergsen for the mid lane. I want to play with Bjergsen. And this is something that we have known for a long time. players worldwide, really Europe, China, Korea, really everywhere, respect Bjergsen. So it seems like some fans are very, very critical of him on Reddit, Twitter, all over the place. And rightfully so. He's had some disappointing performances. His legacy and his resume, maybe especially internationally, isn't top tier. It's not S tier. He hasn't been able to get out of groups very much. He's only got out of groups one time. I think him individually, he's played pretty well at a lot of these world championships, but it is a team game. But he also has not played well sometimes as well. It seems like he's just always been coming up short. But he's so popular, so famous, has so many titles, has so many things going for him. He's seen as a leader. He's seen as he's a grinder. He's a veteran. He puts in a ton of work. He's a great teammate. All these things. And when he was on TSM, everyone who ever played with him was like, yeah, Bjergsen was my favorite teammate. He was an awesome guy to work with, really helped us out in so many ways, yada, yada, yada. And Jensen, for as great as he is, for as popular as he is, as awesome of a career as he's had, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that it factor. He doesn't have that draw and appeal. He does to an extent. People respect Jensen. People like him. But, European players aren't coming over to play with Jensen for the most part. They're not upset if they get to play with Jensen, and Jensen's great, but nobody's like, hey, go get Jensen and I'll come play for you. And, that is some of what Bjergsen is going to bring. He's going to bring everything else. He's going to bring the popularity. They're going to be selling Bjergsen jerseys like crazy. Their social medias are going to go insane. The viewership on Team Liquid games is absolutely going to increase. He's going to hopefully bring some very, very quality gameplay. Who knows? After taking a year off for coaching and stuff like that, I think he's going to come back hungry, refreshed. I think he's going to fit awesome into this Team Liquid lineup. But also, he does allow you to get the draw of other superstar players. People love this guy. People want to play with him. People have heard nothing but good things about him. I don't know what Bjergsen and Hans Sama's relationship's like. I don't know if they've ever met, ever talked, whatever. But it does seem like Hans Sama respects him so much that he said, hey, if you guys kick your mid laner, who's been with the team for a couple of years now, has had awesome performances, has won titles with you, is coming off a good world performance, and get Bjergsen, I'll come and play. And it seems like Team Liquid has obliged. So again, I know there's all these different theories being thrown around, and this is only reported. This is a rumor. This is speculation, whatever. But obviously, people have been saying all different kinds of stories, all different reasons, all these different theories, conspiracies, whatsoever. But I do think that this is a very, very likely theory. I think this makes a ton of sense. I think it's a great option. I personally think Bjergsen is an upgrade, even if a marginal one, from Jensen in the mid lane. But I also understand all the other things that Bjergsen brings to a business, a League of Legends team, an organization, a franchise. And if he's bringing Hans Sama along with him, that's definitely going to help Team Liquid in some ways that Jensen, wouldn't have been able to do, especially if, that leaves them with, I don't know, Tactical as their AD carry or whoever their other AD carry options were going to be. But I did just want to get this info out to you guys because I don't know if you guys had seen this article. I feel like many people haven't been talking about it, but this was definitely a very, very big deal. And in the end, could be the reason why we are seeing TL Bjergsen, TL Hans Sama, and Jensen hitting the road, headed somewhere else. But that is pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate it so, so much. Leave a comment down below. What do you think about this? Do you think TL makes a good decision kicking Jensen and going for Bjergsen, or do you think they're making a mistake? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace!